This video was made possible by EA Game Changers. Hello there everybody, it is me XFreezerBunny and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So I'm so excited to bring you guys a build featuring the upcoming game pack for The Sims 4, StrangerVille. I was lucky enough to get early access to StrangerVille, which basically means I got to check it out, play a little bit of it and pre-record some videos to put up a couple of days before the official release day, which is on the 26th of February. And in this video, I kind of just decided to do a series of builds and not necessarily do showcase videos because I feel like there's really no need for that. Other people are much more capable of doing those than me. So yes, I do have a couple of videos planned showcasing StrangerVille. Basically, we are building this post-apocalyptic farming community slash fortress, basically, here in the beautiful, brand new, shiny world of StrangerVille. So I will talk about the build a little bit more, but first off, let's talk about StrangerVille. Yeah, StrangerVille is the brand new game pack for The Sims 4. When I first heard about StrangerVille, I honestly had no idea what to expect. A couple of days before EA released the trailer, the Sim Gurus had a lot of fun giving us hints on Twitter. They're basically tweeting some really cryptic stuff with this cryptic looking font. To be completely honest with you guys, I was a little bit scared because I had no idea what was going on, but it turns out it was all alluding to this brand new upcoming game pack. So when they released the trailer, they slowly started to reveal a little bit more information on the game, and to be completely honest with you guys, I really haven't kept that much in touch with the information. Like, all I knew coming into the game was that it was going to be more of like a story-driven experience and that we were getting a brand new world, but other than that I had absolutely no idea what to expect. So when I finally got my early release copy of StrangerVille, I immediately started a new household, gave my sim the brand new aspiration that comes with this game pack, and I immediately started getting into the story, getting myself immersed in the narrative, and let me just say it actually exceeded my expectation. So I'm not gonna talk about the story too much in this video, simply because I haven't really explored it that much myself, and also I really don't want to spoil it for anyone who might be planning on getting it when this game pack releases in a couple of days from now. So basically all you need to know about the story is that, based on my personal experience, it plays very similar to The Sims 3 World Adventures, wherein you have this specific objectives, but the way in which you achieve them is a little bit up to you, basically. So you're gonna be in charge of coming up with your own story and figuring out how to get from point A to point B. At least that's how I understood it based on my gameplay, and trust me, I haven't really delved that much into the gameplay and into the story, but from what I've seen, it's pretty compelling. I want to know what's gonna happen next, and if I wasn't planning to do a build, I would have probably played with the story a little bit more. But anyway, this build is actually divided into two. I had no idea why I decided to be very ambitious with my first build for my very first early release, probably not the best idea, but I just had fun. And you know, if you know me, you would know that this is exactly my type of gameplay. I love me some survival game, I love me some simulation, and I love me some farming game. So all of those are kind of like all put together into this one really awesome and really ambitious build. So basically, what this build is about is it's supposed to be kind of like this self-sufficient dystopian fortified village, basically established by survivors of this mysterious apocalypse that seemingly struck this peaceful town of StrangerVille for no apparent reason. So yeah, this is a great place for Sims to escape and to pretty much weather out this mysterious apocalypse that at the moment nobody really seems to know what it's all about. So yeah, basically this village is composed of these little ramshackle makeshift houses made out of recycled materials, and surrounding this settlement is this fortification basically, or this like wall which is supposed to keep out the infected. And if you can't see me, I'm pretty sure you guys can't see me, but I'm using air quotes with my 2 fingers. I have played a little bit of StrangerVille, and I did manage to get my sim infected for some strange reason, so that's pretty exciting. I'm not gonna delve too deep on that because I don't really want to spoil anything for anyone who might want to figure this out by themselves. But yes, your sims can get infected and they can get into some really strange, bizarre behavior. So this is a great place to escape the infected and to pretty much try to live a semblance of a normal life, I guess, in the security of this impenetrable fortress. And I do mean impenetrable when I say that, because as you guys can see, there's not just walls, but it's really like highly fortified. Like there's watchtowers on every corner. You guys will see in just a little bit there is also a moat that surrounds this whole area, which I feel like is just an extra little bit of security. So yeah, I really enjoyed this, and doing this build really took me back, way back into the early days of my channel on YouTube. When The Sims 3 Into the Future came out, I did this little challenge called Garden of Eden Challenge, which basically involved me living in the dystopian world and trying to survive in just one lot without ever leaving it. So yeah, that was basically the gist of that whole challenge. So yeah, I really love these like survival aspects, I guess. And yeah, basically the concept for this was very much inspired by The Walking Dead. You know, maybe the prison from The Walking Dead, maybe Alexandria. I used to be a huge fan, but I stopped watching ever since they killed off Glenn. That's too bad, but you know, it's still, you know, it's still fun. I try to follow what's happening once in a while, but to be honest, I haven't really kept up with it. But anyway, back to this build. As you guys can see, there's this drawbridge in front, and there is this moat that surrounds this whole fortified area, so it's pretty secure if I do say so myself. I'm really happy with it. I am super happy with how that watchtower came out. It's the really tall one in the corner that actually has a lot of space on top of it. I'm thinking of putting like a telescope or like, I don't know, maybe a tent so that we can have 24/7 surveillance, you know, for the paranoid Sims. I feel like paranoid, the trait, came with this game pack. I'm not sure though, I might be wrong, but I don't think I've ever seen a sim paranoid before StrangerVille. So yeah, anyway, more thoughts on StrangerVille. Yeah, after I delved into a little bit of gameplay, I of course had to look at all of the build and buy mode stuff, and I gotta say, I was pleasantly surprised at how much stuff we actually got. As I mentioned earlier, since I was expecting StrangerVille to be a little bit more story driven, I didn't expect much in terms of assets, and let me just say I'm very impressed with the creative sim assets that we got. I love most of the new hairstyles and clothing that we got, and I also am very impressed by the build assets as well. There's this beautiful set of matching doors and windows that I know I'm definitely gonna use, and kudos to EA for actually thinking of giving us matching fences and staircase railings, because that's always been a pet peeve of mine. So over here we are actually building kind of like this garage area, but on top of the garage there's actually this solar panels. Now if I remember correctly, solar panels don't really provide that much electricity, but I do imagine this place to be a little bit off the grid, if that makes any sense. So they probably wouldn't need as much electricity as, you know, normal everyday houses. You guys can see I kind of just built this little chicken coop area, which is actually going to be an entrance to kind of like an underground bunker. Literally that's the exact same chicken coop from my previous build I did like 2 weeks ago. Anyway, my voice just cracked there. I'm not sure if you guys caught it, but let me just say it's very late. It took me forever to do this build. Once again, I have no idea why I decided to build something that was pretty ambitious. This is practically like 3 houses in one build. I tried my best to be as fast as I can, but I just could not finish it in as less time as I can, so I decided to just split the video in 2 and upload the next one probably tomorrow. So you know, you guys please feel free to keep your eye out for the second one. It should probably be out tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. I can't say for sure when I'm gonna be able to put this build up on the gallery, because obviously at the moment StrangerVille still is not available for the public, so probably on release day I can upload this. So yeah, keep your eye out for that as well. But you guys can see me actually devoting a lot of space to agriculture in this build. So you guys just saw me build that banana patch, of course. I also really love all of these new kind of like dystopian looking items that came with StrangerVille. So we got these like satellite dishes and all that stuff. I really enjoyed putting these random clutter pieces on top of these rooftops. I feel like they really made everything look you know, kind of realistic and very detailed, and I don't know, I just felt really immersed playing my own gameplay of StrangerVille, that I feel like some of that immersion really made its way into this build, because, you know, I really focused on detailing this and making it look as immersive as possible. So I wanted it to look very lived in, probably not as urgent as like a recent you know, apocalypse. So I'm guessing the main collapse of civilization happened relatively a while back, so you guys can see that there's like some decoration, there's like some festive decoration happening going on, if you guys get what I mean. So, you know, people have regained some semblance of normalcy and stability. I love this little area over here in the middle of this kind of like courtyard. I imagine this place to be the meeting place, I guess, for the community to meet and to discuss their survival strategies or something for the future. So yeah, you guys can see me really try to use as much of the new items that came with, you know, StrangerVille as I can. So mixing it in with other items, I think makes it look super awesome. I think for this particular build, I did use quite a bit of Jungle Adventure, because I felt like the items that came with Jungle Adventure really matched this environment in the world of StrangerVille. And by the way, let me just say, StrangerVille is a beautiful world. I think it actually looks much better compared to the other recent world that we got, Del Sol Valley. I just really like the character of StrangerVille as opposed to Del Sol Valley, but you know, I feel like I just personally really like the look of StrangerVille. So yeah. Anyway, by the way, this house is, or this community was built on this lot called Old Penelope. This is actually the house where that plane crash was located, so I had to get rid of that because this is literally the only place I could imagine having this, you know, post-apocalyptic survivor camp, or whatever, village, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, you guys can just see me put in these crops, I guess. I really love doing this. It's almost the same as my previous build, the Verdant Acres. So if you guys want to see more, feel free to check that out as well. Over here, I'm just placing this exercise machine inside of this little shack. I believe that exercise machine is supposed to be for the new military career. So yeah, I haven't actually explored that much of the military career, to be completely honest with you guys, but I'm really excited to check that out because I really enjoyed the active careers in The Sims 4. So here I am just putting in massive amounts of clutter all over the place. So yeah, we have all of these crates and barrels everywhere. I had to cut out so much of footage of me just putting in these clutter items because it just took me so freaking long. But yeah, I'm really happy with what we came up with. I'm really proud of it. I think this would be a really good way to encapsulate what this new game pack is all about. So, you know, it's all about this mystery, maybe a little bit of survival, post-apocalyptic, dystopia, and all of that stuff. Or at least that's the impression that it made on me. And yeah, you guys can see me just trying to incorporate some house plants, potted plants. I love this little detail right here of me putting in these Christmas lights, I guess. Once again, it just makes it feel a little bit more festive and homey and like an actual community. But having said that, I think this video is coming up to an end, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up my commentary right here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please feel free to like and share because that really helps out the channel a lot. As I said earlier, the next part will be up tomorrow, so please keep your eye out for that as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. You all have an awesome day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.